Yo, welcome back to my channel. This is Dasher J99 and we are getting our day started, baby. We are doing a Tim Hortons drop off from DoorDash. It's paying $4.50 and it's going half a mile, so let's get it. This feature right here where you got to get the PIN code from the customer, I think should be required on every single delivery that you do, because it cuts down on people saying they didn't get their order. However, I've realized with DoorDash, the only time they're going to give you the PIN code delivery is if that person who's ordering has consistently, multiple times said they did not receive their food. So this person right here, that's probably what happened with them, because everybody knows the old scam. You click, that you want it handed to you, the food, and then the customer goes in and reports they never received their food, and without, it being a leave at my door order with picture proof, you're kind of hung out to dry, and it's your word against their word, and they are always going to side with the customer. That is just how it works. However, with this method, though, of them having to provide you the PIN code that only they know, they can't really say that they didn't get their food. So that's a great idea, and that should be implemented in any single app of any single drop-off, hand it to me delivery. All right, we are at the drop-off. Did it give you a PIN code?
Let me check.
Okay. Alright, they gave me the pin. See, man, that's why I only take them short drives. You can't make no money on that. 9 miles one way, 9 miles back. Drive 18 miles to make $3.50. So, that's a hot topic right there about people ordering hand-it-to-me orders on apps and then claiming that they never received their order. I cannot tell you how many times that has happened to me with DoorDash specifically. I used to do DoorDash like a hardcore, bro. Like, I have over 8,000 and some deliveries only on DoorDash. I don't really do it that much anymore. I usually do probably about 10 orders a week because, like I said, I only take the really short drives. And, but back when I used to do it a lot, I remember I did like my first like 700 DoorDashes, never had a problem. And then I woke up one day after I dropped off. I remember I was doing it real late, like 9. I'd start at like 8 p.m., 8, 9, and I'd go till like 4 o'clock in the morning taking dorm runs like all night. It'd be like 2 orders at once, dropping them off at dorms. It was actually pretty good. I could make pretty good money, $1,000 a week back then. It was like 4 years ago. It was pretty good. Well, I remember I dropped off IHOP one time, and then to this guy at a dorm, this dude named fucking Romeo. And I woke up the next morning, flipped on my DoorDash, and it said, customer reported order never arrived. And I'm like, what? And, they give you an appeal to fill out. They give you a contract violation is what it's called. And there's not a determined amount. Like, you could be fired. Usually, if you have 1, they're not going to fire you. But if you get like 2 at one time, 3, 4, they very well, I've seen a lot of people get fired for having 2, 3. Now, me, myself, I've had 3 at one time. I just had 3 a few months ago because I was doing earn by time, and they're supposed to not penalize you for waiting at a restaurant, but let me tell you, that was not true, and I got hit for 3 contract violations, all on earn by time for being 6-7 minutes late or whatever. But they ended up going away, and it ain't no big deal. If you do 100 deliveries, for 100, your next 100 clean deliveries with no problems, they fall off and they're gone. But what I'm getting at is, when these people say that you didn't bring their order, it's a hand it to me order. If they don't have that PIN code to give you, you really don't have proof that you did hand it to them. I used to get so paranoid because I really cared about DoorDash back then. I downloaded a timestamp app. I would record myself, showing the address and the thing, dropping it off to them. Or another thing you can do is in the chat, with your customer, you can just take a picture of it. You can set it by their door, take a picture of it, then knock on their door, hand it to them, then send them that picture so that proof is in there. But honestly, I don't think any of that really matters that much, because I don't think that when you get these contract violations, I don't think a real person's really looking at it. I think it's, all AI, robotic shit, and I don't think it really matters. So there's not really much you can do to protect yourself. You just do what you're supposed to do, and most people aren't going to say you didn't bring their food, but I've had it happen, man, probably a dozen times. I've probably had a dozen contract violations for hand it to me orders. But you got to remember, I've done over 8,000 deliveries, so really that's not really that much, especially because the dorm runs, those younger kids, those are the ones that they don't give a shit, man. Like, they don't care. They're just going to say you didn't bring their food so they can get their food for free, which is complete bullshit. But anyways, yeah, that's that. Every single app should enforce a code after, if it's a hand it to me order. And I think they all will get there eventually. Alright, we picked up a 27 item. It's an alcohol order. It's going half a mile. It's paying $15.17, so let's get it. Alright, man, we picked up an Uber Eats order. It's a shopping order. It's 9 items from Dollar General. It's going 3 miles. It's going to pay $20. Let's get it. Alright, man, we just picked up another alcohol order, and it was 3 items, and it's going, I think, 2.5 miles or so, and it's going to pay $13 and some change, so let's get it. Alright, we finally got us a banger. We got a 3 shopper. It's 59 items, and it's paying $58 and some change, going like a total of like 5 miles. Let's get it. Alright, we got that shop done with. Gotta have good organization, man. So 3 orders, 1 in that tote, 1 in that tote, 1 in the wagon. Alright, man, I'm gonna go drop off all 3 of these, and then we're gonna continue on with our work day. I'm gonna cut the video right here though. I hope you liked it. Hit the like and hit the subscribe as we try to make our way to a whole 50 subscribers for this month. This is Dasher J99, and we'll see you next time. Peace.